All right, here we go. I pray we don't. Page 1 of bell ringers that I gave you yesterday or on Friday. Are we ready? Y equals -4/3 x minus 8. How do we graph it? Start at 0, -8, go up 4, to the left 3. Number 2, y equals 2x plus 4. Number 3, y equals -4. Number 4, y equals 4/3 x minus 7. Number 5, letter A, -4, -18, 0, -10, and 3, 10. And number 6, yes, it's direct variation. The constant variation is 1/2. And what is the function rule? Y equals 1/2 x. Do we have any questions over the first 6? Okay, do we have any questions over this first problem? Did everybody get y equals -4/3 x minus 8? No? Yeah. Couldn't tell because of your whales. Okay, next one. Did we get y equals 2x plus 4? Yes. We good? Yeah. Third one. Did everybody get y is equal to -4? It should be x equals. I wonder if I did parallel and perpendicular ever. Did I do parallel and perpendicular on this? That's upsetting. Things I need to fix. Okay, next one is going to be y equals 4/3 x minus 7. Did we get this one? Anybody have any questions on this one? This one? Yeah. Okay. This point right here is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to have 0, -7. I'm going to find another point, and I'm going to choose that point right there because that's the first one where it looks like it crosses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh. So it's 5/4. Anybody else have that? Y equals 5/4 x minus 7. It's really hard. I looked on here and on my graph, and it's really hard to see until you blow it up. So if you missed that one, I mean, obviously I did too until I blew it up. I was 1 unit off on each, the top and the bottom, so. Old lady eyes. Okay. Next one. Any questions over the piecewise? Plug and chug. Okay. Part A. F at -4, do you plug it into the top or the bottom function? You do not do both, so you have to choose one or the other. How do I determine which one it is? -4 is going to be less than or equal to 0, so that's where you're going to use the 2x minus 10. Do we all understand that, yes or no? And when you do that, you're going to have to point -4, -18, yes? Did we all get that? When you do f at 0, which function are you going to use? The top one still, so that's going to be the 2x minus 10. And when you do this one, you're going to have 0, -10. And the bottom one, f at 3, which function do you use for that one? The bottom one. And that's going to give you 3, 10. Do we all understand that, yes or no? Notice how I wrote those. I went in as ordered pairs. Are we good? Okay. So the front page, we're all good. Go to the back page, front. I didn't do that one. I didn't do the last one. I'm my bad. Okay, how do I know if this varies directly with x? How did we do this? We did y over x. So 8 over 16 gives me 1/2. 18 over 36 gives me 1/2. 19 over 38 gives me 1/2. If they are all equal, then yes, it is direct variation. And then what is your constant of variation, which is your k value? Well, what is it? You wrote it 3 times. 1/2. So what is your function rule? Y equals 1/2 times x. Do we all understand that? Okay, let's go to the next one. When you do this, same exact concept. 8 divided by 3, 10 divided by 4 is going to be 5/2. Are those matching? No. So guess what? No, it does not vary directly, which means no, you don't have a k value, and the function rule is none. You don't have one right now. Do we all understand that? You have to acknowledge those. You have to put none. Okay, the next one. How did we do these ones? I'm going to write this as a point, 8, 5, and x, 2. And then we made the nice little proportions, right? Y over x is equal to y over x. And then what did you do? Cross multiplied, and you're going to get x is equal to 16 over 5. Do we understand that problem, yes or no? We good? Okay, next. Every year, Hall of Fame inductees legendary people to the hall. The table shows the number of inductees for each year. What is the domain of this relation? Which one's the domain? This is your domain. What is your range? Range is going to be the bottom. Do we all understand that? And yes, I should you with how I wrote that. Okay. Next, determine if the following are functions. How do you determine if this is a function? Does x repeat? 6, 8, 7, -2. Did x repeat? No, so yes, this is a function. Number 2. 2 chose 5, 4 chose 4, 6 chose 5, 8 chose 7, and 10 chose 6. Did I repeat any of my x's? There are not 2 arrows going from the same x value. So since there's not 2 arrows, yes, this is a function. Do we all understand that? We good? Determine if these are functions. How do you do this? Vertical line test. Does it pass? Vertical line test. Does it pass? Do we understand that? Any questions over that? Okay. All right. This problem right here. Many of you got completely jacked in the head whenever you saw this. You're like, oh, this is progression. I need to go ahead and I need to enter in data. I need my steps. No, you don't need your steps. I already did all the work for you, right? So all you have to do is, given the equation f of x equals negative 3,218.20 times x plus $32,764.60, where the value of the car is f of x, and x represents a year where x equals 0 and corresponds to 2,000. The R value is negative 0.9953. What type of correlation is that? Strong what? Strong negative correlation. Do we all understand that? That's what I expected you to put. Positive or negative, strong or weak. How do I know it's strong? It's really close to 1. Do we get that? Okay, what is the value of the car in 2000? Well, guess what? 2000 is going to be when x is 0. Well, if x is 0, that means this is gone, and that's going to be my value, isn't it? Easy, yes? And then what is the value of the car in 2008? Well, how do you do that? You're going to plug 8 in for x. So if you plug 8 in for x, you're going to have the 3, 2, negative 3, 2. Can't see it. Times 8 plus the 32764.68. When you plug in chug, what number are you going to get? No. Anybody else try it? Nobody else tried it? Right, $7,019 is correct. We all understand that. Okay, next page. This is where things probably got a little wonky for you guys. You have to try to remember really hard here. Was it really hard? Was it difficult? I bet it was. All of the above. All right, here we go. Right here, you have to ask yourself, what did I do first? I asked myself, what is my A value? My A value is going to be negative 2/3. What does that imply? Mountain or valley? It's going to be a mountain, which means I'm going to have a maximum. Yes? And how do I find my OS? X plus 1 is equal to 0, so x is equal to -1. So what's my vertex? -1, -5. So you're going to come over here, -1, -5, and there it is. Yes? Now, since it's a mountain, this is going to be the highest value. This is going to be my max, right? Now, I need to be able to graph this. Do you remember when we graphed this? We did our slope then. Our slope was going to be our A value times our leading coefficient. My A value is negative 2/3. My leading coefficient is the number attached to the x by multiplication, which is a 1. So that means I'm going to go down 2 and left and right 3. Do you remember me teaching that exactly like that? So down 2, 1, 2, 3. Down 2, left 1, 2, 3. Yes? Now, from there, I need to go ahead and do I connect this with a dotted line or a solid line? Why dotted? Because it's the greater than symbol. Since it's the greater than symbol, there's my graph. In which direction do I shade if I went greater than? I'm going to shade above it. Since I'm going to shade above it, that's what I have. Do we all understand that? Yes or no? Do you remember me teaching that? Okay. Next. Solve the following systems of equations using elimination or substitution. Which method is best for this? You could do substitution. Why could you do substitution if you wanted to? Because y is by itself. It's a 1y. Okay? If I don't have to do substitution, I'm probably never going to. I'm probably always going to stick with elimination. And I'm going to multiply this whole thing by 5. So I drop down the top equation, multiply the bottom equation by 5. Those cancel out, and I'm left with 17x is equal to a 68, right? We all see that. Divide by 17, and what is x going to equal? 4. Do we all understand that? Yes? We good? Okay, so now that I found out what x is, how do I find y? Doesn't matter which one you plug in, I'm going to use the bottom one because it's a 1y. So that's going to be 3 times 4 minus y is equal to 10. 12 minus y is equal to 10. Subtract the 12. Negative y is equal to negative 2, so y is equal to positive 2. So what is your POI? 4, 2. Do we all remember us doing that? Okay, next. This problem requires you to find the equations first. Yes? How do I find the equations first? Well, I'm going to look at this. I need to blow this up. All right, this is the x-axis. So if this is the x-axis right here, I need to immediately say, okay, what's my easy equations? What can I do immediately? X equals 3 is one easy equation. Another easy equation is going to be y equals 7. And then the last equation is going to be the other one. And I'm going to put this right where they go, too. Are we all good? Okay. The last equation is going to be right here, so that's going to be a 0, 4. And then my slope is going to go up 1 and left 1. Yes? Do we all see that? So this is going to be y is equal to negative x plus 4. Any questions over the equations? You good? Okay. I want you to pretend you're cutting out region 1. So if you're cutting out region 1, what lines make region 1? All of them make region 1. So I have x equals 3, y equals 7, and then x is equal to negative x. Only the words are coming out of my mouth. Okay, now if I have x equals 3, it's a vertical line. Why is x greater than? Shaded to the right, and it is what? Dotted. So this is going to be strictly greater than. Y is equal to 7. Solid or dotted, above or below? Solid and below, so this is going to be less than or equal to. Add y is equal to negative x plus 4. Is it solid or dotted? Solid. Is the shading above it or below it? Above it, so it's going to be greater than or equal to. Do we all understand that, yes or no? We good? All right, same exact equations here. Same exact equations. I have x is equal to 3, y is equal to 7, and y is equal to negative x plus 4. If I'm cutting out region 2, Hunter, what's x equals 3 going to be? Strictly less than. How about y is equal to 7? Aaron? Less than or equal to? How about y is equal to negative x plus 4? Dylan? Greater than or equal to. Do we understand that? Okay. Any questions over that? Okay, which method would you use to solve this? Substitution absolutely is going to be the easiest method. Why? Because this is already solved for y. So now all I'm going to do is take the bottom equation, 15x minus 3, and substitute 5x in for the y. So 15x minus 15x is equal to 0, so 0 is equal to 0. What can you tell me? All reals. I'm going to be super picky. This is a true statement. So that's a true statement. It's going to be y, x, comma, y, such that 15x minus 3y is equal to 0. That's the equation I better see. Could you use y equals 5x? Yes, it's exactly the same concept. I don't care which equation you use. This says I want all the values that x can take on, x and y, such that it falls on that line. Do we all understand that, yay or nay? Next one. What method is this easier to use? Probably elimination. So my least common multiple by x's is going to be plus or minus 6 of my y's is going to be plus or minus 4. So which one would be easier to use? Probably your y's. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to multiply the top by negative 2. Negative 6x minus 4y is equal to 0. Positive 6x plus 4y is equal to 8. I dropped that down. I simply add straight down, and I have 0 is equal to 8. Sorry? Why is that no solution? 0 never equals 8. It's no solution because that's a false statement. Do we all understand that? We good? This one right here, you should have gotten what ordered pair. Negative 410, yes. All right, the next one is going to be an application problem. Yes, you're going to have application problems on the test. You have to be able to muddle through them. The test has 20 questions worth 100 points. So what immediately do you know you have to know? 2 equations, one dealing with the points and one dealing with the number of questions, right? So the next sentence tells me what I need to consider. The test consists of true and false questions worth 3 points each and multiple choice questions worth 11 points each. So that tells you your topics. So I have x is equal to your true and false, and I have y is equal to your multiple choice. So if I total up all my true and false and all my multiple choice questions, how many total questions are on the test? 20 questions. Do we all understand that? So my first equation is going to be all the true and false, which is x, plus all my multiple choice, which is y, and that has to equal a total of my total test questions, which is 20. Then it says the true and false are worth 3 points each, so that's going to be 3x. And then 11 points each for my y, and that has to equal the total points on the test, which is going to be 100 points. Do we all understand that? So if you solve this, how many true and false are you going to have versus multiple choice? 15 what? 15 true and false, 5 multiple choice. Okay? The biggest issue was coming up with the equations. Okay, next. How do we do these? You have to graph these. So if I'm graphing this right here, my slope is going to be 1/2. My y-intercept is going to be 0, 2. Solid or dotted? Dotted. Shade above or below? Below. So you're simply going to graph that. 0, 2, up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2, up 1 to the right 2. Connect that with a dotted line. And we said our shading is going to be which direction? We said below that. I changed my line color. Isn't that great? Didn't mean to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the next one. My slope is going to be 2. My y-intercept is going to be 0, -3. And is it solid or dotted? It's dotted. Shade above or below? Below. So I'm going to go 0, -3. And I'm going to go up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1, up 2 to the right 1. And we already said that's going to be with a dotted line. Yes? And we said we're going to shade that below. So your answer is going to be the, do we all see that? Yes? We good? Okay, the next one is the same concept. Any questions over that one? Anybody need me to do it? Okay. What about this one? Why is this special? Why did I give you this problem? Solid line at -7, vertical, right? Solid line at 8, horizontal. And where do they intersect? You're shading above for both of them. So if you're shading above for both of them, where are they actually going to intersect at? Right here. Do y'all see that? That's it. Yes? Okay. Determine the cubic function that is obtained from the parent function y equals x cubed under a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. What do I do first? Under a vertical stretch by a factor of 4. What does that mean I have? 4x cubed. Then a reflection across the x-axis. What's that mean? Put a negative out in front of the 4. Then a vertical translation 2 units up. Add 2 to the end. And then a horizontal translation left 3 units. Inside the parentheses. There are no parentheses. We'll make sure that there's parentheses. Do we understand that? Yeah, you're nice. Okay, same concept for the next one. What did you get? -2/3. Absolute value. X -6. Close absolute value. -5. Very good. Okay, this one right here. Without graphing, find the following. Find the vertex. What is the vertex of that thing? It is going to be -8, 8. How did you know it was -8, +8? Because if you take and find your AOS, that's going to be x plus 8 is equal to 0, so x is equal to -8. Yes? So your axis of symmetry is x equals -8. Yes? Do I have a maximum or a minimum there? Why do I have a max? Because A is negative, so I have a maximum. And at what height is this value going to be at? When I say height, I am talking about the K value that is going to be right here. So I'm going to have at 8 a maximum. Find the range of the function. You know what this means? I'm going to graph this thing at -8, +8. It is going to be a maximum, which means I open down. So there's my picture. What is my range? How do you read range? Bottom to top, right? So if we're reading this from bottom to top, what do I start off with? Yep. +8, because that is going to be my y value, and I put a bracket there. Do you all understand that? So maybe it's a quick sketch of it so that you know what it looks like to make that problem. And you're going to struggle with that because you're going to forget what the x squared looks like. horseshoe? Yes? All right, next. What's the domain of this function? Y, because domain is read from left to right. And I have arrows, right? What's the range? -1 to infinity. Do we all understand that? Now, on the test, you may see something that looks like this. Negative infinity is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to infinity. Do we understand that's just another notation? This right here, you may say that y is going to be greater than or equal to -1. Or you may see -1 is less than or equal to y, which is less than or equal to infinity. Okay? We take a common Curly assessment that algebra 2 students all have to take, trans and regular. So the notation that I prepare you for is for pre-calc and college algebra. That notation is not exactly what I would teach, but I still have to make sure that you all know what it looks like. That's not upper level mathematics. Do we all understand that? Okay, the next one, domain. What's the domain for here? Okay, the biggest mistake my students make, they do not make this thing start at 0. They forget. So draw that line there so that you can see it. Okay, that line means it starts at 0, and where does it stop going to? +2. Where do I first run into it? Vertically. And when do I stop running into it at? Do we all understand that? Yes or no? We good? You like my students? Okay, the only thing I did not cover was parallel and perpendicular lines. Parallel and perpendicular lines, I don't know why I do not have it on there, but it should be on there. If I have a parallel line through the point 2, 3, going through 2x plus y is equal to 10. How do I do that? I have to take the equation and put it into slope-intercept form, right? So that means I'm going to have 2x plus y is equal to 10. Subtract the 2x. Y is equal to -10. 2x plus 10. What do I need out of that? I need the slope. What is my slope? -2. Do I care about the rest of that? No, I do not. Now what do I do? I'm going to take that point, which is x and y, and I'm going to do y is equal to mx plus b. Y is 3, m is going to be -2, x is +2 plus b. Yes? So 3 is equal to -4 plus b. Add the 4. 7 is equal to b. So what is my parallel line? Very good. Same exact thing, but this time, what do I want? Perpendicular. So if we do perpendicular this time, what is my perpendicular slope? Reciprocal of 2 is going to be 1/2, and instead of negative, it's going to be positive. Do we all understand that? And I'm still going to go through the point 2, 3. Yes? Okay? So this is going to be y is equal to mx plus b. This is x, this is y. Y is 3, m is 1/2, x is 2 plus b. What do you not like about that? The fractions. You shouldn't have a big deal with this fraction because it's just 1/2 times 2. What's 1/2 times 2? Simply 1. Subtract the 1, and you have 2 is equal to b. So my perpendicular line is y is equal to 1/2 x plus 2. Yes? Do we understand that? Okay, tomorrow we're going to start our common quarterly assessment. If we're here. If we are not here, when we get back on Wednesday, we will start the common quarterly assessment. You want to have Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday to complete this. And if we're not here, you will have
Not if I run away.
There's a lot of it. Okay, regardless, the test is this week before break. If something happens, I don't see you after break up vacation, I guess they take the test and do that. Yes. I mean, looks like a hand.